from Spring Break Wolfpack, I'm Salam Mulugeta.
And I'm Ariana Wagner. Today is Monday, April 21st, and we're here with your morning announcements.
Class of 2015. On April 30th, there will be a junior parent and student meeting from 6 to 8 p.m. in the main gym and MP room to go over important information regarding your senior year. You will learn about senior packages, senior portraits, and cap and gown purchases. There will also be representatives from the military, state, and private colleges.
Seniors, you have until April 30th to submit any pictures you'd like to be included in the senior slideshow. Please send them to COHS2014@gmail.com.
Juniors, if you want to submit a design or suggestion for your senior sweatshirt or shirt for next year, turn it into the leadership room by May 9th.
Attention all prospective cheerleaders. Tryouts begin today and last until Friday after school from 3:45 to 6 p.m. Now it's time
for This Month in Movie History.
So you may have noticed there's a lot of This Month in Blank histories going around. That's not really our fault. It's sort of just become a generic go-to thing when you need a package. So we decided to jump on that bandwagon, even though we created it, but whatever. Anyways, here's This Month in Kidz Bop History. Here we have Kidz Bop 3, released in
Let's start off this train wreck with the original So That It's Good masterpiece, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Released in the tail end of the 50s B-movie extravaganza, what we have here is some grade A trash. The film is all about a bunch of aliens who come down to Earth and plan to invade it, with zombies and vampires. What's wrong with this movie? It's so great! Anyway, the film is just as ridiculous as it sounds, with a weird Dracula impersonator, cardboard tombstones, disappearing boom mics on planes, and flying saucers on strings. This is one of those movies that was so bad it was actually booed and laughed at upon its original release. Since then though, it's gone on to be considered one of the best worst films of all time, and makes for an enjoyably horrendous viewing experience.
But why stop there when we can talk about more familiar awfulness with 1997's Batman and Robin? Commissioned due to the smash success of its prequel, Batman Forever, the film continued the downward cycle of the Batman franchise, and this newest entry was far campier than any of the previous films. From Mr. Freeze's constant desire to make every single one of his lines a pun about ice, to Batman's making a quick joke about Superman, the entire film was littered with over-the-top and goofy scenes which all but destroyed the dark nature of The Dark Knight. Even Chris O'Donnell, who portrayed Robin in the film, compared it to making a kid's toy commercial. The film was slammed by both critics and fans, and in the DVD commentary for the film, Joel Schumacher, the director of the film, apologized for his work on it, and it is widely considered the worst superhero film of all time.
Okay, let's wrap it up with the worst film we could find, Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Yeah, we're not joking about the title. Anyways, Birdemic can best be described as one of those low-budget films made by aspiring college students, except it's a movie, made by people who don't know the first thing about making a movie. Filled to the brim with horrible acting, amateurish filming, and some of the worst effects you will ever see in your life. This film is almost impressive in just how awful it truly is. In fact, its director, James Nguyen, actually filled up the credits of the film with mostly fake names because he thought it would make the film seem more professional. Here's a hint, it doesn't. It's a film that exists without any purpose, reasoning, or resolution, but at least it'll give you something to laugh about if you're in the right mood. Well, that's all we have for you this month, Wolfpack. But until next month, I'm Noah Farnetti.
I'm Nairi Holmes.
And I'm Tristan Lloyd.
And we will see you next month in movie history.
Now let's pass it on over to Michael and Karina
for your In the News update.
Great morning, Wolfpack. I'm Michael Smith.
And I'm Karina Gonzalez. Let's hop on into today's news. South Korea's president described the actions of the sunken ferry's cruise ship as unforgivable and murderous, as a prosecutor said that 4 more crew members had been detained on charges that they had allegedly failed to protect the stricken vessel's passengers. The confirmed death toll from Wednesday's sinking reached 64, with approximately 240 of the ship's 476 passengers, many of them high school students on a holiday trip, still missing. Divers gained access to the ship over the weekend and are expected to find more bodies trapped below decks, where passengers had remained, obeying the captain's initial order not to evacuate the vessel. More than 170 people survived the sinking of Sewol, which had been on its way from the South Korean port city of Incheon to the southern tourist island of Jeju. The captain took more than half an hour to issue an evacuation order, which several passengers have said they never heard. The cruise captain was arrested Saturday along with one of the ship's 3 helmsmen and 3rd mate.
Kraft issued an Oscar Mayer recall for 96,000 pounds of hot dogs over the weekend after a customer found cheese dogs in the packaging for the company's classic wieners. The Oscar Mayer classic cheese dogs are reportedly made with milk, a known allergen that is not printed on the ingredient list on the classic wieners label. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service categorized the recall as a Class 1, which means it's a health hazard situation where there is a reasonable probability that the use of the product will cause serious adverse health consequences or death. That's all the news we have for you today. I'm Michael Smith.
And I'm Karina Gonzalez. Back to you, anchors.
Any sophomores or juniors who are interested in being a Wolfpack ambassador next year, applications are due today and should be submitted to Mr. McDougall in the main office.
This is your last week to catch the COHS Wolfpack Performing Arts production of The Wizard of Oz. If you missed out, show times are April 24th at 6 p.m., April 25th at 7 p.m., and April 26th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Tickets are available online at cohswizardofoz.brownpapertickets.com, the CO web store, and 1 hour before each show in the PAC box office. Tickets are $12 general seating and $8 for senior citizens, children under 12, and COHS and Pinkerton students with an ASB.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Ariana Wagner.
And I'm Salam Mulugeta. Remember, the strength of the pack is the wolf.
And the strength of the wolf is the pack.
See you later, Wolfpack.